right, we are here for the start of this series versus the Indiana Pacers. Round 2 for the Cavaliers. Last time the Cavs have advanced past the second round, it's been a while. It's been since LeBron. Last time they've done that without LeBron has been in the 90s. So the Cavs trying to get the first step towards making some history for the franchise today. No Darius Garland. That's the big news. No Darius. That's kind of surprising. We'll see if that ends up being a wise move. I do think you're going to need Darius's scoring in this series. Much better offense here with Indiana than what you were dealing with last year. Well, last week, yeah.
As you're going to have in the NBA, this fan
The arena seems to be cracking.
at the mouth right now as we get ready to kick off this second round matchup. Cleveland Cavaliers dominant in their 4-game sweep of the Heat. Won those 4 games by a combined 120.
Yeah, Darius has been out now 9 days from that toe injury.
Much different opponent that they are faced with here. This really rising Indiana team that has been playing.
All right, Pacers win the tip.
Zach Zarba, Sean Wright, and
Pacers going to come into this game feeling really confident after just sliding through Milwaukee pretty easily.
defensively, this Cavs team, they like to extend their defense.
Cavs doubling, forcing a Pascal 3. They'll take that shot.
Indiana handles that, and then the flip side is it's going to be that transition defense.
See where they try to put Halliburton on. Sam Merrill.
The Pacers love to run the floor.
Evan Mobley going straight at Pascal, and it's good.
Just a couple of minutes ago, and he gets the party started with that nice little floater. And as important as he is defensively, it's the improvement of his offense.
First time these teams have played looking like themselves all season. Just a weird 4-game series in the regular season between these two teams. So you can't really tell much good or bad from how that series played out.
For Rick Carlisle and the Pacers. Yeah, he's a dog defensively. He will
The Pacers score here.
perimeter offensive player. He loves
Mobley at the top. Gets it back to Strus.
Pacers.
Sam Merrill runs around. Easy 3 for Mobley. And it goes in and out, but rolls in Mobley with the first 5 points for the Cavs. And go right at Mobley to the hole here.
Their ability
Good defense, but a better finish by Pascal.
matches, which then affects you in terms of your rotations, and that's a perfect example of it on that possession. That's the matchup that everyone is keeping tabs on. How does Andrew Nembhard stay with Mitchell?
Good steal by Max Strus.
Merrill transition 3.
That's a big 3 there.
Kenny Atkinson said when we sat with him earlier tonight.
Pacers, again, going to try to push this pace fast.
Yeah, and why it's so difficult is because they're really run the floor, and they are as good as anybody in the league at it.
Jarrett goes for the fake here. Pascal can't finish.
Jared Allen to fight, just couldn't finish.
The defense by the Pacers. They get the run. How they call that on him?
A little bit of a lump.
He flopped. He flopped. He flopped.
Still down. He's going to shoot.
He flopped. He got touched barely back there.
It doesn't take a lot of contact. Once a guy
Come on, man. Come on. That didn't affect the shot. All right. That's what the whistle going to be on today. Better be even, though.
doesn't look like a lot, but I can tell you from experience.
No, it's not a lot, man.
It doesn't take much to disrupt your balance. And that's a big early foul. I guess Mobley.
Yeah, Mobley's got to be careful. 9 minutes in, we're not seeing Ty Jerome take his warm-ups off, so we're probably going to get that shift to start at 8 minutes.
It's going to be that three-point shooting, how both teams shoot it and defend it. Bench production, these two teams both. You see Cleveland leading the playoffs, but the Pacers have great strength off their bench and transition. It's not just throwing down Tyrese Halliburton. Can you keep those wings in front of you, not allow them to get behind that baseline of your defense? And we've seen already a couple possessions where they've been able to get on the back end of that Cavs defense. What a masterful season for Kenny Atkinson, unlocking this Cleveland Cavaliers team that authored one of the greatest seasons in their franchise history.
Sam Merrill, open 3.
Mitchell
All right, it's going to be one of those Sam Merrill games.
Struck down the corner by
That's fine.
So early stages, the feeling out process between these two teams continuing. Pacers holding a 1-point lead. Look at Allen.
Great hustle by Jarrett. Way to outrun him.
The pace creates the cross match. You had Merrill set up there on Siakam.
Donovan with the three. Big make there to take advantage of the hustle play by Jarrett. Great job. Who's that foul on?
Get a whistle here as Halliburton trying to use a screen. Swoops hitting the deck.
You see the early rotation. The key there is the anticipation. He didn't wait.
Now, if you're the Cavs, you like that, right? Because one of the things Indy's going to try to do here is out-hustle you, right? If you out-hustle them, you neutralize that.
With the basketball in his hands as anybody.
Foul charge to Jared Allen, GA. So now both Allen and Mobley have an early foul in this game. Siakam gets some reset to Turner. As we have just passed the 9-minute mark. Siakam, that's a 3 and hits.
And again, it's the ability to pass it. Like they don't wait on their passing. They pass it.
See here, Mobley.
Have a chance to set your defense. Great example of him there by how
They're going to play off of him.
Siakam has 7 of Indiana's first.
Mobley gets it turned over.
And already you start to see the Pacers defense, ball pressure. And everyone remembers the struggles that Indiana had, GA, to start the season.
So we know how the Cavs love to start games off slow. The shooting-wise, yeah, it's actually been a fine start. I think they're, 50% from three right now?
talked about was
They're just not jacking up a ton.
He doesn't get a lot of attention, but they were 5 and 10 in those games that he missed. And he really stabilizes their.
It's a bit too easy of a look there for Miles to get. Would love for us to force him away from the basket a little bit.
Improved defensively across the board, particularly in the second half of the season.
And one. There you go. There you go, Donnie. I wonder if we're going to get that Ty Jerome, or are they going to hold off because it's Mitchell at the foul line?
The guy that is going to stay in attack mode, and he is going up against a relentless defender, and Neesmith.
I wonder if they take Merrill out now.
And low base, he's got the tremendous leverage he can create off the attack. Pays off on that.
Donovan Mitchell.
Nope, Merrill's still in.
Or more points in 7 straight series openers, including what he did in the first round against the Heat.
It's more about who he has a chance to be tied with in terms of that streak.
Well, he's already tied MJ. He can pass him if he can hit that number again here tonight. Halliburton.
Good shot by Tyrese.
It's just such a great basketball player.
We're sticking with the starting five. Really long here in the first quarter.
Understanding what his team needs in the moment.
Halliburton, the game winner against the Bucks in overtime, game 5. Playing his name in the Indiana Pacers playoff lore. Mitchell.
There you go. Great job.
Offensive rebound opportunity. That's a concern.
Sam's pressing him.
Can they control that defensive backboard and deal with the size of this Cavs front line?
So Mitchell has now hit Cleveland's last 7. Siakam straight away 3, and he rattles it down.
Siakam's made a couple of those. So he's 2 for 3 right now.
Of the moment. Kind of the quiet leader on this team.
Most improved player for the Raptors during their
no good.
2019 was such a key piece on that team.
I think all our points have been Mobley and Mitchell. We haven't gotten much from our supporters.
One of the orchestrators, Siakam.
Good rebound.
Rebound by Allen. Indiana 6 of their first 9 from the field. And Cleveland 5 of 10.
Damn.
Mitchell. Starting to work up a ladder already for the Cavs.
And, talking about somebody who's got a sense of his team right now, being really
Cannot just let him get an open shot there.
Concern. It's the transition, folks. That's after a make, they get an uncontested triple.
So what makes this Indiana team and their attack so unique? Constant pressure, just relentless on TNT.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, right now. Yeah, the scoreboard's going to be just a tad bit behind. But yeah, right now with where the Cavs are, I'm fine with it. We know the Cavs don't necessarily come out firing all the time. They are more of a wear you down as the game goes type of team. Darius is playing well. Well, not Darius. Donovan is playing well. Evan's playing well. Gonna need something from, a Sam Merrill, a Max Strus, a Ty Jerome, a DeAndre Hunter, right? When Darius isn't in there, that's what you need more from. So we're gonna need more from one of these guys here. Yeah, and right now, Pascal's making a lot of threes for them. Like, they're getting some shots to drop. Let's see what their numbers look like right now on the chart. Okay, Garland's going to play in the playoffs. This is not a season-ending injury. Please relax. Yeah. Well, we haven't even seen the second shift get in, so I'm not going to be too harsh on the supporting cast right now because we haven't seen the bulk of the guys that we mentioned check in right now. So we'll probably see it after this timeout. We'll get a shift there. But yeah, right now, Indy is 3 of 4 from 3? They're 75%. What's Indy during the season? What's their average during the season? 3-point shooting right here. So they're about 40% team. So yeah, they're above average right now. They're about 30 plus above their average. Really only got shots up from Pascal and Tyrese. We'll see what their offense looks like once they go to their bench. But yeah, so far, you're getting what you need out of Donovan Mitchell right now. You got 9, 4 or 5 from the floor. So Donnie's looking good. You're going to need him. Evan's been fine too. Yeah, DeAndre and Ty Jerome just checked in. So we should be good to go. Who checked in for Indy? Jarris Walker and Benedict Mathurin.
Sprain of his left big toe, which is keeping him out for a third straight game. An injury that requires rest to heal. The good news, I've been told, is there's no structural damage. However, Garland continues to battle significant swelling and pain. He will remain day-to-day and could play in Game 2 on Tuesday. In fact, he just came out into the court. I talked to him briefly, and he feels confident he will be able to play Tuesday. However, if this was the regular season, Garland would likely be shut down for another week to 2 weeks to stay off of the toe. GA, this injury described to me as a major burden for a shifty point guard. You would know about that, who needs to push off with confidence.
Oh, wow. Sam Merrill just made a dumb 3. All right, there we go.
And it's also the stabilizing.
Is Donovan still out there? Is Donovan on the bench right now? Yeah, Donovan's on the bench.
That is something that you have to be concerned about. You have to monitor
Good job, Jarrett.
throughout the course of this series.
Nembhard stops on a dime and hits.
All right, that's a nice little shot.
How good has Nembhard been? Such a big part of the story this season.
So you got Ty, DeAndre, Jarrett out there.
Defenders on the perimeter, but also he's a guy that can take it, make big shots, and break down good defense.
The close out. Good rebound, DeAndre.
So with Carlisle already starting to lean on some of that depth.
Well, this stretch, I think, is where the chess match begins. When you start going to your bench, both teams view their bench as a strength, and they do it differently. And it's going to be interesting to see who can prevail in that aspect, which bench has the bigger impact.
There probably isn't a team in the East that is as deep as Cleveland, but Indiana may be the closest with what they
Damn. Caught a foul.
Small foul here against the Pacers.
Yeah. It's on Matherin. He just held him. Was he debating?
He's got 10 different players who average double-digit points.
And they all have the freedom to have a big impact. If they got it going, he's going to extend their benefit
So they took Nemhard off.
for them all season long.
Who's that bring on?
And again, the thing about depth, it's one thing.
Oh, TJ McConnell.
It's more important to have guys that do multiple things well. And that's what these two teams feature when you start going to their rotation.
How good was Ty Jerome in the first round against the Heat? Just
Ty, you got to get a better shot up than that, but
As that is deflected out of bounds by Indiana. His college teammate.
got to get a better shot up than that, Ty.
Season trade has checked in, as has Dean Wade.
So we go Dean Wade here.
Had an incredible season. He was brilliant in that first round matchup as well.
Good job, Jared.
Magnificent movement. The vision by Jerome that set the table for Allen.
And that possession was the first time you saw Cleveland.
Oh, they brought Tyrese back in. That's why.
Off of May. And that takes
Tyrese and Miles Turner and
see how often they can get that accomplished.
Halliburton to the rack.
let's drive.
We are seeing some high-level offense now, both sides. Early in this game, Hunter, little Euro stick.
Little float.
They like to play fast. They like to play early in the shot clock. So it's not going to be an uncomfortable place for either team here in this first quarter.
Slow down, slow down.
Walker from the free throw line left it a little bit short. Indiana shooting 60%. Cleveland 53.
Ty, man, you're giving us some bad minutes right now.
Halliburton into the corner. This is TJ McConnell. That's a long two.
Yeah, Ty's got to play better. Ty's giving us some bad minutes right now. He's going to pick it up.
Loaded, and Halliburton's ability to create an advantage for his teammate there.
Yeah, 2 bad shots and a turnover from Ty. There we go. There we go.
He's got terrific size. He's a ball handler, GA, able to get to his spots.
It's a foul on.
They're going to get a foul on DeAndre Hunter there. But you see how
We're going to try to get our bigs in foul trouble.
so worried about the pass. Oftentimes you don't commit to the help. And in Ty Jerome, that McConnell matchup's going to be a concern for the Pacers. They don't want to have him on Ty Jerome too often. Too much of a size advantage.
The Cavs haven't been letting them shoot open threes. What are you talking about? And what is 23? What's the score right now? What, 23-25? Pacers? It's about usually where these games sit in the first quarter. What's Pascal's 3-point percentage during the year? He's about 44 on 4 attempts. So he's already taken 3. We'll see how generous he is with shooting it after this. Got to make Tyrese be a little bit less efficient. He's 3 from 3 right now. So we got to make his life a little bit more difficult. Haven't been making it difficult enough. We got 18 shots up. They got 16. So we're even there. Yeah, they're 3-point. They missed a couple of threes. So they're back down to 60. 2 turnovers, 3 turnovers. So we're turning the ball over a little bit more than them right now. Yeah, it's fine. They've only shot 5 threes. What are you talking about? And like 3 of them been Pascal. So you're not going to over-rotate to cover up a Pascal 3. It's the first quarter, though. You never really know how the game's going to go from the first quarter. They're usually close, right? You're not going to, unless like a special circumstance pops up, I know the Cavs are coming off of like a 35-8 quarter against the Heat. Most games, even against good or bad teams, are going to be relatively close in the first quarter. Things don't start to separate until later in the game, obviously. Let's see, though. Cavs are going to need Darius Garland scoring at some point in this series to put them over the top. So not having Darius here puts a lot of pressure on this bench. You're going to need somebody to step up, get you about 15, right? And you're probably going to need the bench to contribute pretty heavily here because Donovan, it's a lot of pressure on Donovan to put a bunch of points up. You're not usually going for knockout blows in the first quarter.
Yes, it does. Ooh, Tyrese Halliburton, Donovan Mitchell. I agree with you.
Tyrese got back problems?
As we welcome you back to Cleveland, they have changed that last TJ McConnell basket from a 2 to a 3. So that means that Indiana's lead is 26 to 23. GA, give us your early observations, what you've seen so far.
I feel like the Pacers have controlled the tempo here early on. They've been able to get what they wanted, but the Cavs have not had any problem playing at this pace. The question is, what happens as the game slows down? The position there, the Cavs will come out in the zone and give the Pacers a little different look, and they're able to get a stop.
Yeah, got to lock in a little bit more defensively. Don't love 30-point quarter here for the Pacers, right? Great job by DeAndre.
These two matchups here, there's just another
Yeah,
example
see.
of the pace that they play with. There's no rim protection.
We gotta lock in a little bit defensively.
Even though Cleveland's going small, they still got Mobley on the floor, so there's a decided size advantage here for the Cavs.
Carlisle trying to steal a couple of minutes with Miles Turner at the end of his bench. As we come up on the final 2 minutes now in the first quarter.
Yeah, got to crunch this pace down a little bit.
Fascinating matchup on paper, and it's played out that way. Nembhard.
Good shot. That was guarded.
The Cavs are not eating up the airspace. They're allowing too much room between the ball handler and the defender, and that's why you're getting those passes made cross court to precision.
Then McConnell beat up at the other end against Jerome underneath. Indiana GA has hit 5 of his first 8 from deep.
A lot of that is shot quality, too. They just do a great job of moving it and putting their guys in a position to be successful.
Excellent close by Mobley.
Good job by Mobley.
He's the defensive player of the year. He's down low, providing help near the rim, but then an incredible close off to take away that three-point opportunity and force the turnover.
Mobley, first ever Cleveland Cavalier to win the league's Defensive Player of the Year award. Presented in the hardware before tip tonight, and this plays.
Crazy to think LeBron never won Defensive Player of the Year in Cleveland.
They get the contact here against Nembhard, but Zach Zorba says before he
Okay.
entered,
Nobody's in a bonus, so it's side out.
for Cleveland.
That's just a great feel and understanding personnel there by Donovan Mitchell, knowing when that screen comes and Nembhard's going to push up to try and fight over because they don't want to switch in that situation, and Mitchell draws the foul.
Oh, screened his own man. We're not playing clean.
And Toppin with a left-handed sledgehammer.
And it's the defensive pressure. You know, this isn't the Pacers teams from Iowa. This group, they like to get after it defensively. They are pushing the tempo here, but they don't give you airspace offensively.
Last touch underneath by Mobley.
Couple sloppy possessions here.
You can see here just
More than a few here coming out the timeout. I mean, you run into your own guy,
that angle.
passing the ball. Ty hasn't been very good. Really has led to a 7-0 run here for the Pacers.
Rick Smith still Davis.
And that was a great, I actually I missed them. That was a great defensive unit. They had a great level of physicality. Dale Davis, Antonio Davis.
Good defense.
But in recent years, before Rick Carlisle, they were much more offensive oriented. That has definitely changed.
We're just jacking up threes right now. Like, we got to get a better set than this.
Cleveland's offense is going to hold as we are.
This is where you miss Darius, right? Darius will be able to
So the run for the Pacers.
get inside, get a set going, something. Maybe get the lobs to the bigs going. We really can't get the bigs going right now.
That has done a better job of dictating and getting better shots.
Top in the look. Mantle. It has been a nearly flawless opening quarter for the Pacers.
And again, that job by T.J. McConnell, 2 feet in the paint, forces the help, the kick out, wide open triple there.
All right. Lot to look at during that first quarter. Lot to look at. It's only a 11-point lead for Indiana. You can make that back easily. In 3 quarters, we've seen the Cavs come back from worse. So I'm not too stressed about that. How many turnovers did we get? Are we at 4 now? 4 turnovers. How many fouls? See, they went to the free throw line 2 times, so we didn't do that many shooting fouls. Yeah. Just a sloppy last 4 minutes of basketball, really. Like coming out of that break, really sloppy. Yeah, I think we got too. We're not attacking the paint enough. I think I agree with that one. Who said that in chat? Yeah, Will's right. We ain't attacking it. We ain't going at the paint enough. That's where you miss Darius though. Like that's where you miss Darius. Darius is going to go at the paint, and because Darius is such a good facilitator, when he goes in the paint, you can finish a dribble drive with Darius with a Evan Mobley lob, with a Jarrett Allen lob. I think that's the part of the Cavs offense right now we're not really seeing a ton of. Indiana's doing a good job being able to shut out without Darius in there, because even Evan, who has 4 shots up, he only has he has 3 threes and an elbow jumper. So he doesn't have anything at the hoop. Jarrett only has 1 shot attempt, which was the one dunk he made. We haven't been able to get our bigs going close to the hoop because we're not really being aggressive at the hoop. Part of that is you don't have Darius. Right. Evan's not really shooting near the hoop. Donovan's been getting to the rack, but Donovan's not the facilitator that Darius is. And what's Max Strus? Max Strus has been pulling, right? Because Max Strus is also the other guy you can get some lobs with if he gets the ball in his hand. So maybe that's what you adjust to, getting Max Strus some more touches here. But that's kind of dicey, right? Meanwhile, you look at the Pacers. Pascal got to the cup a couple times. Tyrese got to the cup once. They're able to speed the pace up, blow by our bigs right now. So we're gonna have our bigs out there. We got to get them involved offensively. Yeah. Well, right now, I don't think it's defense that you need. And I think this is what people miss. People just get harp so much on Darius's defense when it's really not that bad. And 2, they overthink about the defense and then don't think about everything Darius brings to the offense. It's more than just points and production, scoring the ball. He can facilitate. He can get your bigs going. A huge chunk of your offensive game from your bigs is going to come from Darius Garland throwing those guys lobs. So, yeah, you're missing that right now. You're missing a huge part of that. And look, Indiana's going to score. They're offensively talented. So defensively, this isn't like a half-court series like it was against the Heat, where you're going to be in a lot of half-court sets, match up like that. The Pacers are going to push the pace. So you're going to have holes filling your defense when that's the case. You just have to be able to get those points back on the other end and play them out of that pace.
Netmark's been on so far, but we've got others if needed. And it's a long game, a long way to go.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, Jared, great stuff. As Mitchell got the shot he wanted, but misses right at the rim. So they have now missed 6 of their last 7 shots, GA, going back to the end of the quarter.
Yeah, that one was a point-blank bunny there.
All right, free possession here.
Times you've seen some forced spacing.
Free possession.
On that possession. But I think Donovan Mitchell can get what he wants. Listen, for great players, you never really stop those guys. But what you don't want to do is for them to consistently compromise your defense and create situations like that where you get the wide open look.
Good job. Good job, Isaac.
Just into the game, puts his hip right on it quick.
Might be more Isaac than Sam this series. We'll see.
Pacers with Siakam. Turns and shoots, misses.
There you go. You get him to a half-court set, you could defend him.
Pacers shooting at a 64% clip. Lead right now at 9 points. Dean Wade on the wing.
There you go. Still getting a really good look there. It's going to start dropping sooner than later.
Couple of threes.
I'm going to tell you, that's
Yeah, keep playing.
possession that the Cavs got great offense. They get an offensive rebound and then they score. Obi Thompson felt like he got grabbed there. You can see that.
That's what you want to get going right now. You play good defense, force them into half-court sets. Our half-court offense is way better than theirs.
Into their offense. Ball movement starting to get a little bit better. Let's see if that leads to them being able to convert some baskets.
Obi Toppin whistled for the offensive foul. You see Halliburton on the bench with their star playmaker out. Indiana with back-to-back turnovers.
That's a great drive by Evan, man.
To 7 back-to-back field goals for Cleveland.
All right, they're in the half-court set now.
And that pick and roll is creating a lot of issues. On your finish.
He's not going to make very many of those. That's well defended.
For Obi Toppin had to work against Mobley on the box. Mitchell again, boy, savvy.
It's on the floor.
McConnell, new contact is coming.
Hey, how many team fouls is that, though? It's got to be 30.
Blows his whistle.
That's just a great job. That pump fake allowed him to create some leverage. Got away with a little bit of a chicken wing there with that right elbow to convert.
Second year with Indiana for Toppin. And what was a career season for him. One of the more indispensable bench players this season for Rick Carlisle. Clock at 8. Mitchell against Nemhard. Mobley the screener, the roller to the right.
There you go. Hey, it's free lunch. It's free lunch for Evan Mobley right now.
This season for the Cavs.
It is. And in understanding how you're being defended, and there's TJ McConnell. He just
Max.
oftentimes, even after a made basket, within 5 seconds off the shot clock, that is just too easy.
There you go.
When he connects pace of his game is unbelievable.
And both teams are comfortable playing this style and pace offensively.
Jay McConnell, one of the point with Halliburton on the bench. Matthew beats Siakam on the box. He's headed to the free throw line.
Did he make it?
Just high IQ basketball. They get the switch. They're patient. They allow Siakam to get to that block. And
Yeah, Dean was late on the switch.
wasn't able to convert time. He saw where Mobley was up top, turned away from him. Anyway, they're just late on that rotation as he's able to get the deuce.
So Dean Wade whistled for the contact. Pascal Siakam now 19 in the league, first full season with Indiana. Remember, they got him in that trade January of last year.
And one of the things that happens in the game, when you play really fast, it takes away your opponent's physicality and their length. The faster the game, the smaller everybody becomes, and that's working to the advantage here of the Pacers.
Indiana through Josh Aldon with a shooting 68%, highly efficient, 6 of 9 from deep. And despite some turnover issues, they're up 10. Mitchell squares up against Nemhard. He kept his feet. This is Okoro. Puts it on the deck, slices it. Toppin gets him. Here comes McConnell. One-handed bounce underneath to Mathurin.
If you see Mathurin run the floor,
Why is Isaac taking dribble drives?
who the Pacers are, the Cavs are going to have to get a little more comfortable with their transition defense.
Isaac Okoro a little bit short. But right now, the Indiana Pacers are making their early statement in this series. McConnell into the paint. Offensive rebound.
Good rebound.
We're trying to make what would have been a sensational play.
Get rid of the ball.
Right now, Indiana has its biggest lead of the night. Up a dozen. Mobley sizes up, topping, elevating.
Dude, Mobley's fucking hooping right now.
Confidence continues.
All right, so Mobley's showing up. Donovan's showing up. We need a third guy. Yeah, we're not getting shot. We're just not making shots, to be honest with you. A lot of open threes we haven't made. Yeah, we're shooting 20% from three right now. That's really the big issue. They're shooting 66%, 67% from three. They got, what, 6 of 9 up? We got 3 of 15 right now. And a lot of those looks were pretty good. Max Strus had 2 open looks he didn't make. Sam Merrill, all 3 of his looks were open. He only made 1 of them. DeAndre, that one wasn't open. Isaac had an open look, but it's Isaac. So, yeah, we're shooting 20% from three. I mean, it's no mystery why we're down 10 right now. Mobley really keeping us in the game. And they'll be able to stop stuff. Don't read too much into the beginning of this game, man. Like, it's a 4-quarter basketball game. They're not going to continue to shoot close to 70% for the rest of this game. Maybe it dips down to like 45, 50, and they still have a hot night. But you're probably going to get closer to 30, 35% from three. So you're going to have a hot quarter here or there. They're going to have a cold quarter at 3. That'll make up the difference. I'm not really worried about the difference right now. And we'll see if the Pacers can keep up the pace this whole time. Ray Rags, when should they take Turner off the floor? They need offense, run offense through Mobley. They can't stop anything at that point. They can't stop anything in the paint for a big. Yeah, I mean, they're just letting Mobley just get all the shots right now, which is fine. 5 of 7. He's going real hard at the paint. That's cool. Yeah, you need somebody. You need a third guy to emerge here for the Cavs. You need somebody to give you 15 to help out Donovan and Evan right now. Turnovers. Somebody said turnovers. Right now, the Pacers are turning the ball over more than the Cavs. Pacers have turned the ball over 6 times. Cavs only 4 times. So wouldn't really blame it on turnovers. The Cavs are +2 in turnovers right now. Again, if you want to see the difference in the game, it's the 3-point shooting, it's the field goal percentage. The Pacers are shooting 64 from the floor, 66% from the 3-point line. Cavs are 47 and 20 right now. So that's the big issue. We're not making shots. That's the big problem right now. Cavs need to make some shots. We start making shots, we'll make up this difference pretty quickly. Yeah, Darius Garland, missing him hurts because you wouldn't be worried about a third guy right now if you had Darius. Doesn't mean you can't overcome a 10-point deficit in the second quarter without Darius, though. You know, Donovan's 1 of 5 from 3 right now. Yeah, you're just not getting a great 3-point shooting night from anybody. So you need somebody to make some threes, and eventually that's going to start happening in this game. I love every time the Cavs go down, somebody like gets in a comment, they haven't faced adversity lately. They needed this. Like every time. It's like clockwork. Anytime the Cavs go down 10, somebody's like, oh man, they haven't faced adversity. This team's faced plenty of adversity.
Darren Allen left for South tonight, as is Tyrese Halliburton. Here's some of Halliburton's two big personalities.
This guy makes some shots.
The Indiana Pacers, GA, so far in this first half.
They have definitely been
They're making shots. We're not. That's really the difference.
creating offense. They're going to get
There you go. Another turnover. Another turnover. Does that put them in a penalty? Is that going to be shots? Hey, to help a team that's not really shooting that well from the floor, if you get in the penalty with like 6 minutes left in the second, that'd be the Cavs' best friend right now. And I think the Pacers are at their like 3rd or 4th team foul.
They're dead ball turnovers. A lot of those. And those, if you're going to turn it over, yes, wants a dead ball turnover because it doesn't allow you to get a momentum. Here comes O'Connell, and then
There you go.
It's a little floater.
By Toro making a good decision. Not necessarily a scorer, gets into the teeth of the defense and creates that opportunity.
Halliburton coming back into the game and wasting no time.
Good shot. Good shot for them.
He still hasn't missed.
They're blitzing off the pick and roll.
Halliburton's 4 9 points. Turner taking Jerome.
Got to play through the foul.
Kenny Atkinson will shut down his shoes, barking at the officials. Back into the corner, this is Ben Shepard. A little bit too much from deep.
Got to play through the foul, y'all.
That's an example. A lot of ball. If you get a transition opportunity, don't face a set defense. Guys wrong. Has not found his rhythm here early.
Again, so
Great job by Isaac to keep that play alive and not travel. That was so close to being a travel.
You're a defensive-minded player that you can win possession with your effort. That was an example of it there by our four.
Walker resets. Halliburton's going to take a deep shot.
All right. All right.
It's going to count. That
All right.
doesn't belong to the Cavaliers.
This is typically where they have a lot of trust in Ty Jerome to get into that pick and roll action, get into the teeth of the defense, and create good looks.
Jerome turn of the corner.
And one. There we go, Ty. There you go, Ty. There we go. Easy money. Easy money. Great adjustment by Kenny. Just going straight at the paint with these guys.
He's able to turn the corner.
You shot 15 threes. You made 3 of them. Okay. Let's get some rhythm going in the paint.
Cleveland GA, 32 of their 41 points so far have come in the paint.
Even though that's a positive number, that's a winning formula for the Patriots because the Cavs are a great three-point shooting team. They've only made 3 threes here on their 15 attempts. So if you're the Patriots, you take that trade off any day of the week.
GA, this may be the loudest arena I've ever been in. This is unbelievable, the volume in this place.
Great defense by Ty, but not great defense by whoever was supposed to be on Neesmith.
Just the count. It's as electric as we have in our league. With no doubt about it.
There you go. There you go. Slow down.
Defended on the perimeter by Neesmith. As we are past the midway point of quarter number 2, game number 1.
There you go. Shoot that. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Something they have done at a high level season long, but they have had their struggles here in this first half.
Cleveland's first 3 since the midway point of the first quarter, they're 4-16.
Yeah, they're not going to make all of those. There we go.
There's the run to the Cavs. 19,000 plus Bears.
Shoot that shit, Max. Oh. Let's play defense again. We're going to keep – we've been getting good looks against Indy right now. We're getting good looks right now. And another offensive foul. That's got to be foul shots now, man. That's got to be foul shots. There you go. It's foul shots, right? It's the 4th one.
Take a look at this foul here as he's trying to get down.
Yeah. Come on. That's the 4th foul, right? That's the 4th team foul.
We've seen multiple illegal picks so far against Indiana.
Yeah, and sometimes that happens because of the pace. But more importantly now, Ty Jerome has done a great job. They've been running the pick and roll action with he and Struce out now. And the Pacers have been confused. They've left 2 on the ball, leaving a great shooter open. Possession.
Jerome gets the screen full.
Oh, it's a good look. We're getting good looks. These are going to start falling. These are going to start falling. We're getting good looks. Good, clean looks.
One of the players for the Pacers, Nemhard.
Yeah, we're getting good looks right now. Good looks. Just got to start making them. If they don't start falling tonight, they'll fall in game 2, game 3, somewhere down the line in the 7-game series. But we're generating a lot of really good looks on Indiana right now. A lot of them. If the team is in the bonus and you commit an offensive foul, you shoot free throws.
Is everything. Constant chess match between these 2 coaches. There's Garland. It's crazy to think this time last year people were asking questions. Could Garland and Mitchell coexist after their second round loss GA to the Celtics?
And those are adjustments because anytime, those are two guys that have been ball dominant over the course of their career. So you have to learn how to make that adjustment and balance offensively. They're going to get Neesmith again on a push. Rick Carlisle doesn't like it. Doesn't feel like there's a lot of contact there. But that'll be 3 now on Neesmith. That's huge.
How many?
So how does Rick Carlisle?
Says team third.
22
Okay, we're in the bonus.
Sam Merrill.
So are we not in the bonus?
Sort of 3 is going to be sat out of bounds here for Cleveland.
So we're not in the bonus yet? Yeah, it's 3.
Bring him out. It's just still 4.
I thought we were in the bonus 2 fouls ago, man.
Part of it is, it's not just the foul trouble. The foul trouble changes how you have to play. It takes away a level of your aggressiveness on both sides of the ball. And so if you keep him with 3, he can still play his game in the second half.
I think we may have had a spilled beverage, GA, on the sideline. So
Yeah.
Gives us a chance to take a little peek at the upcoming national team.
Again, if you're just joining in, the big story right now is the Cavs just aren't making shots, and the Pacers are. Pacers at 53.8% from 3, Cavs at 22. Pacers 60% from the floor, Cavs at 47. That's really the difference right now. Yeah.
I think this one's got a chance to put 6 or 7, no question about it.
Okay.
And I've said it before. We've talked in our meetings. I think they're the most underrated team in the postseason. They don't necessarily feature the star power that some teams have, but their collective strength in terms of how they play the game.
But hey, this is why I said the playoffs start today. This is going to be a back and forth game. Indy's going to play you close every game. You're not going to get a single Tristan Thompson minute in this series.
Rebound here, broke it up. It was Turner who got a hand at it. And then that Indiana defense 5th Cleveland turnover of the half. Burton probing against Merrill. Siakam. Top of the key jumper.
We got that.
And it's tracked down by Hunter. So again, the shooting percentage has dipped a little bit. Hunter transition.
There he is. Big shot. Big shot, DeAndre. All right, we're starting to get shot. We're starting to have these shots drop. We're getting good looks.
It's also a momentum play, right? You think about an alley-oop or a great dunk, and three-pointer has become a momentum play as well.
Naslin working on the wing. He's going to pull from deep, and he connects.
That's a good shot.
And just another example where DeAndre Hunter was
Good shot by Maffrin.
away from the offensive player.
Pass it.
Should be.
Ah, you had.
Boy, just think about he changed his Cleveland team midseason. Jerome
There you go.
just relentless.
There you go, Ty. All right.
Off the bench.
Another offensive rebound there by the Cavs that led to that easy do.
Tough catch. Officials are going to get Merrill here.
Nah, it's going to be on Ty.
This is just in transition. You can see Turner almost screened Matherin there that created the airspace. And then Matherin, you see how far.
Someone said they need more Jared Allen dunks. You're really not going to get that without Darius in the game or somebody who could facilitate to him.
Benedict Matherin, an abdominal contusion, missed the game in that previous series against the Bucks. Career highs this season in shooting numbers. As Tyrese Halliburton is going to throw in here, 9 seconds on the shot clock for Indiana. As we got something going on at the scorers table.
There's something 24-second clock. They got to get shot.
Okay.
Sean laying at the table. Halliburton's going to throw in. As we come up on the final 3 minutes of the half, Nemhard working against Mitchell. Halliburton.
Doing a lot of switching.
Nemhard throwing on the timer, crosses over, pulls, and sticks it.
I'll tell you, he is a uber confident young man, and it's because he put the work in and improved every season here for the Pacers.
And he turned right towards GA. Quick answer for the Cavs.
I'm a huge fan of his. And Donovan Mitchell obviously is incredible talent, but Andrew Nemhard has really developed himself into.
Yeah, Nemhard has 10 right now.
talent. One of the reasons why this team is so good, so balanced, is because they've got so many guys that can hurt you from all over the floor.
Nemhard working against Mitchell. High post Siakam. What a matchup against Allen. Steps fades. Allen get a finger to the body.
Great defense by Jarrett.
Here comes Mitchell splitting to the feet, the floater.
There it is. They got called timeout. All right, we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. 2:06 left, down 4. They're making every shot they can. This is going to be one of their best punches in the first half of the game they're going to give us. We're taking it pretty well. They punched us pretty hard here. 9 of 15 from 3, 22 of 37 from the floor, right? They've been getting to the foul line. They've been able to get to us a little bit here. And some of it is they're just like shooting abnormally well from 3. But I think some of it is they're generating some good offense here. Right now, I think the Cavs are generating good offense too. The shots just aren't falling. But we know with this team, shots are going to drop eventually. No, I don't think the Cavs defense was so poor that it allowed 60% shooting. Like there's no way you're watching the Cavs play defense and like, oh, they're playing so piss poor that they can just get 60 on them. Like some of these threes are like step back threes from Andrew Nemhard. Like 2 of them dropped for him. Like, okay. Like he's not James Harden. You know what I mean? Like that's a good force if you're the Cavs. Yeah, it's been crazy. There's just shot making has been incredible in this first half. Probably as good as it's been for them all season. But if your hope, if you're the Cavs, is they're eventually going to start missing some of these threes. They're not going to end the game at 60% shooting from 3. Maybe they ended at 42, 45%, right? But that's a 15% dip there. This is why I think this team has a good shot at going deep. They can shoot like ass from 3. Yeah, they can shoot like a good shot at going deep. They can shoot like ass from 3 and still be in the game because they don't only need to shoot threes. I think that's a huge part of the Cavs' success is that it's just not one-dimensional with them, right? They can generate a lot of offense a lot of different ways, right? They went from 20 to 26% at 3 from the start of the second to now. That hasn't really changed. You've only made 1 3-point shot in this quarter. But what they have done is raise their field goal shooting, right, from like 42 to 51. And it's made a huge difference. You got 11 from Evan, 15 from Donovan Mitchell, 7 from DeAndre, 9 from Ty Jerome. You feel a lot better now. And you got guys showing up, right? Other guys have showed up here. Yeah, you're winning a quarter +5 right now. Yeah, Cavs got to force some more difficult shots for the Pacers for sure. I think that's part of it. Pacers are getting some pretty smooth looks here. Some of these threes aren't easy looks. Like a couple of them have been, okay, he made a tough shot, right? I think Mathurin made a couple tough shots. Nemhard's made a couple tough shots. I think Tyrese has had 2 open looks at 3. And Pascal's been getting a lot of open looks at 3 too.
This inventory, nice experience. The one made 3 in the first half, and we talked about it at the top. It's the ability to put pressure on the rim. This guy lived in the paint, and the Pacers, they're generally a team that's on the clock a ton of shots. He understands that, and he is winning the chance. Look at Mitchell's line so far. 7 of 13. He's only 1 of 5 from deep. So most of his damage has come in the paint. As Gina has alluded to. Inside of 2 minutes left in the half. Miles Turner. Cleveland has 1 more foul to give. Halliburton against Merrill. Into the corner. Leads Nemhard. It's a long 2.
Yeah, we got to stop switching everything. We're switching way too much right now. Either stay in the zone or play straight up right now. Because that's the 3rd open look we've given up this quarter.
The only mistake that he's made so far, he's been sensational in his opening half. There comes Hunter trying to crash into the paint.
That's a tough shot. That's a tough shot from Hunter.
and you've got to have guys, and Hunter's one of them, that can score against great defense.
No foul.
Well played by Mobley, taking away a layup from Turner. And then Turner gets it back, but just a brilliant playmaking of Halliburton.
Yeah, and you saw the difference with those two passes. The Nembhard pass initially, he had a little too much air on it, didn't allow for Turner to catch it in rhythm, whereas you saw what Halliburton's his did for the good.
For a terrific recovery, Turner taking a
The hell is that, Donovan?
Mitchell.
Just let it bounce in front of you.
Smart pass finding Turner on a
Yeah, and look at when the best looks for the Pacers are. So when they push that pace there. All right, they've been getting some really good looks from three when they've pushed the pace on us. Now, you wouldn't guard Tyrese Halliburton like you would guard Tyler Hero. They're not the same player at all. No. Tyrese is a really good playmaker. You don't want to give him open lanes to find guys. Part of the reason you could play Tyler Hero like you did last series because Tyler Hero can't play make. Yeah, I think they need to adjust. I think they're switching a bit much here. I think they're a bit fluid with the switching. I know why they're doing it because they want to stay in front of the Pacers, but they're just allowing the Pacers to hunt for an open look when they do that.
But they have the same mindset. He's a guy that understands that basketball is a game of rhythm. If I get the ball moving, guys tend to make shots, and they also then tend to share.
That is not a comparison I would have thought of, but I like it. Final 28 seconds. Mitchell on the wing, Jerome, and the official's going to get a reach-in foul here. Mathurin and Nembhard in the vicinity. Zach Zorba and Sean Wright discussing, and they will give Ty Jerome free throws.
Yeah, it's the 14.
So say that Jerome was bumped.
Pacers did a good job of avoiding getting that fourth team foul because they got three pretty early in the quarter. And that would have been a huge boost to the Cavs, who aren't making a ton of shots right now if they were able to get to the foul line a good amount. So the Pacers did a good job avoiding fouling there.
Greg, we started the show talking about the high-octane offenses for both teams that both play at. Biggest takeaway that you've seen so far?
The one thing for me, from the Pacers standpoint, they've been able to defend the three much better. That's been a strength for this Cavs team all season long. And on the flip, the Cavs have done a great job of forcing turnovers, taking away offensive possessions from an offensive team.
Cleveland just 5 of 19 from deep in a half. Got a 2.5-second different shots a game clock. Cleveland allows Nembhard on the wing. Halliburton elevates just short. 2 seconds. Mitchell
Gave him a really good look there. Yeah, we are switching way too much. We're giving them really good looks. Like that was a really good look for Tyrese there at the end of the half. Yeah, I think we're switching too much. I think that adjustment needs to be had. Maybe you don't need to be super aggressive with the press at the top, but you have to get yourself in a place where you're not switching as much because it's giving them a lot of open looks, giving them a lot. Right now, we're down 6 going into halftime. What is it, 13 minutes? Set a 13-minute timer.
30 minutes, counting down.
Yeah, Tyrese ain't the one ripping us apart right now, though, to be honest with you. Like, I see a lot of people complaining about, like, what our strategy is on Tyrese. Tyrese ain't killing us as much as, like, Nembhard's killing us right now. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they come out with a more aggressive strategy. Their role players are making shots right now, so I don't know if they're going to try to, like, be super aggressive about denying Halliburton the ball, because it looks like this is a night where their playmakers or their role players are going to make shots. So I don't know if they would sell out for that. I think that it's simple with the Cavs. They need to just shoot better. Just make their shots more often. Indy's gonna have a cold quarter sooner than later. You have to get hot. Get that 3-point shooting number at least to like 35, 37. and then get Indy back down to like 40, 50, I think you're good. I don't think they're over helping. They did a lot of over helping in the Miami series. I think they're over switching right now. I think that's the problem. It's like it's kind of like a zone they're playing, where it's like if he gets this deep past you, then we're going to switch off, and they're trying to keep what the Cavs are trying to do, and it's not working out for them. They're trying to stay ahead of the downhill rim pressure that the Pacers are trying to put on them. So they're switching a lot of stuff, right? Like they're moving, switching everything because they want to just stay ahead. But what Indy's doing a good job of is staying, okay, you stay ahead, let's pass out to an open guy. The open guy makes a shot. I don't think the Cavs need to be worried about staying ahead. I don't think the Pacers can finish at the rim as well as the Cavs can. I think it's more about like close those lanes, close the passing lanes, because I don't think we're doing a good enough job closing these passing lanes versus the Pacers right now. Right now they have, 16 assists. We only have 3 steals. We got to do a better job clogging those passing lanes up. Yeah. Overall, look, it could be way worse. The Pacers are shooting really well from the floor. They turned the ball over a fair bit of amounts. They turned the ball over about 8 times, right? So that's one thing that hasn't gone right for them. But yeah, they're getting really solid performances from their bench. TJ McConnell, 7. Benedict Mathurin, the engine of their bench, 8 points, right? Obi Toppin's gotten 4. So they've gotten good contribution from their bench. They're getting 12 from them hard. He's 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. Pascal's shooting well from 3 today. Neesmith is shooting well. Like, they're getting a lot of help here. Everything that could have gone right for the Pacers has gone right. And the Cavs have had a lot of stuff go wrong to start this game. Only down 6 gives you a lot of room to adjust. All right. I use the restroom. Second half about to start right now. Cavs down 6. Are we still at the halftime report? Yeah, we're still at the halftime report. Usually get about 12 minutes for halftime. Wonder if it's longer during the second round. Yeah, we want to see the Cavs take control of this game before the fourth quarter. I mean, look, the playoffs are going to start here, right? You're going to have to play in a back and forth game where the lead changes a ton. This might be the game where you have to do that. Down Darius Garland, you're missing his scoring right now. You're missing his playmaking right now. You know, I think a big part of not having his playmaking is Jared Allen only getting 2 shot attempts, you know, not having his playmaking there. A lot of Evan Mobley shots have had to been with him just getting the ball off the dribble. Yeah, you're missing Darius for sure. For sure. The Heat weren't able to put up enough points to make it matter that Darius Garland wasn't in the series. You know, to everybody who was like, oh, yeah, you know, Darius Garland, do we really need him? Yeah, you need him, right? You need him to put up points, especially on a night where you're not shooting well. You know, Darius probably be a huge help right now. But I still think this is a lead that can be overcame without Darius. You got to play much better defensively. Let's see if they come out the second half like they have some games with a much more focused intent on the defensive side of the ball here. You said defensive rebounding? Yeah, they're out rebounding us +5. I mean, Cavs have 5 offensive rebounds. Hey, I don't think the rebound's a big thing. 18, 19. Yeah, the defensive rebounding has been a little bit better for the Pacers, but the Cavs have 5 offensive rebounds, so it's not like they're able to get to the boards. Like, I think they're fine there. It's really just shot making right now. The Pacers are making really good shots. They're shooting really well. You know, they haven't missed a free throw yet. They're 9 of 15 from 3. They're 60% from the floor. It's going to be tough to beat any team in the NBA when they're shooting 60, 60, 100. That's just very tough, right? 50, 40, 90 is usually the goal for a great team. 60, 60, 100 is really tough to beat, especially when you're 49, 25, and 75, right? So we talk about 50, 40, 90 being the goal. We're below on all 3. The good news is you're below on all 3. They're at 60, 60, 100. You're only down by 6 points, right? And you're out your all-star point guard, you know, so it can certainly be much worse, and it can get much worse if the Cavs aren't careful coming out this half. This is why I want to see them I want to see if they're going to make any adjustments defensively, because I think the Pacers are getting easy looks. They're shooting well today, but they shouldn't be at 60, 60, 100, you know. So let's see what they can switch up here.
That'd be great.
Go get, slide.
Go ahead. Gotta get some movement, bro. Movement. Hey, good corner, yo! Good corner. Good corner, baby. Good corner. Hey, we gotta get our Megan. Yes, but there's gotta be somebody gotta make an extra play. Tyrese Halliburton of ball.
All right. Second half about to start. Wonder we start out with Sam Merrill in the lineup again.
In just a couple of minutes. Both teams playing at such a breakneck pace, but Indiana is so efficient, so impressive. Everything they're doing.
They play with great phase, but it's also their passing and facing that allows them to shoot such a high percentage. 16 assists, 20 field goals in that first half, and that's really been the key to their success. Having said that, you shoot 60 from the field, 60 from 3, and you're only up 6. That's got to be a concern for Rick Carlisle and his staff. 11 more field goal attempts in that first half for the Cavs.
What adjustments do you expect from Cleveland?
Yeah, the thing for the Cavs that's been going well for them is they have been getting good looks offensively on them. It's more about just making them.
Slowing down the pace
All right.
just a little bit from Indiana.
Mitchell, really good first half, but he's 1 for 7 from 3 so far. 15 points for Mitchell, 7 of 17 from the field overall. Miles Turner, he can stroke it, but too much. Indiana in the first half, 9 for 15 from deep. A Pacers team that won 50 games this season for the first time in 11 years.
The screen.
Team that won 64 games second.
That's off. Good rebound, Mo. Good pass. Somebody got to yell that one out. Open three.
And then how about he comes back and knocks down the triple in transition again? Just a great heads-up play there by Neesmith and a nice find by Halliburton.
So that's a 6-point swing for the Pacers in their lead, right back to 9 points.
You see, watch how he looks. And then great timing. And immediately
Somebody's got to yell that out for Donovan.
for that transition triple.
Let's check in with Jared.
Well, the key takeaway talking to Kenny Atkinson at halftime was stuck in mud. He wants his team to stay with it.
Damn, good screen by Jared Allen. Stepped out of bounds.
He said, we need to play with more physical.
Come on. These are mental mistakes right now on offense.
It's a great point. The problem is if the game is fast, you can't be as physical. You can't be as big. They've got to squeeze this Pacers team, slow them down. You got to force them to play later in the shot clock where your defense can now start to dictate the possession.
And we sat with Kenny Atkinson. So much respect for what Rick Carlisle and this Indiana team has built. Knew that they were against a far different team after running roughshod through the Heat in round 1.
They're going to be on the floor.
Max Strus is whistled for contact.
Is that on the floor?
They met 4 times in the season, but really you couldn't take away much. They met twice in a home-and-home in January. A couple of key guys out, and then the last 2 meetings, last days of the regular season with Cleveland already sealed up as the 1 seed.
Yeah, it doesn't give you a feel for the opponent. There's no question about it. And a lot of times you can talk about the pace with which someone likes to play, but until you actually feel it, then you can start to make the adjustment as this game and this
There you go.
series progresses.
Strus early.
Got to make it if you shoot it. Got to make it if you shoot that. Got to make that if you shoot that.
Cavs did a great job of limiting Strus and Merrill's opportunities in the first half.
I don't know what happened there. All right, he missed it.
6-point Indiana lead. Early shooting numbers so far in the quarter. Strus.
Good rebound.
Offensive rebound, Mobley. 7th offensive board for the
There we go. Finally getting a lob for a big there. Finally getting a lob for a big there. That's 65 or 63.
This game slows down. That size and athleticism of Mobley has more of an impact here than Watkins.
Yeah, so Mobley's creating a lot of problems for this Pacers defense. I think this would look a lot different if Darius were out there. Our bigs getting to the rim, it's really causing a lot of problems. Jarrett's not going to be that much of a factor offensively without Darius in there against a good team. Like, you know, Jarrett has had games where he gets like 60. I mean, not 60, but like 20. But for him to be a consistent factor, it really does rely on Darius being able to distribute the ball really well and create those lanes for Jarrett, which I think would be there if we were able to distribute a little bit better than we are right now. Right now, the Cavs only got 16 assists, right? So, I mean, we're keeping up pace with the Pacers. Yeah, Mitchell's just not making a bunch of threes right now, and he's probably saving a lot of his like dribble drives for the fourth quarter. So I think he'll wake up in the fourth quarter. You know, he can't use all his energy right now just crashing at the hoop in the third quarter. He's got to save something for the fourth. Got to get some threes to drop. Yeah, and we're still giving them a lot of open 3-point looks, especially whenever Jared Allen's left on the top of the key. You know, we gave Tyrese an open look. He just missed it. Miles Turner had an open look. He missed it. So, you know, still don't love that we're just giving these guys open looks here. And nobody's sleeping on Tyrese. I guess y'all arguing about Tyrese Halliburton in the chat or whatever. Yeah, Cavs are able to generate some good looks. The question is, are you going to be able to, like, how much are we going to be able to improve these percentages versus how much are the Pacers' percentages going to drop? I think that's the big question about if the Cavs can get this game here. But, you know, this makes it clear, like, hey, if Darius doesn't play this series, that's a problem, right? Like, that's a big problem for this Cavs team. You're definitely going to need Darius.
Courtesy of Michelob Ultra Zero. Zero alcohol, 29 calories. Try it today. Kevin Mobley, GA, showing you his first facility, everything he does for this Cleveland team.
They don't have an answer, the Pacers, for Evan Mobley. His ability to shoot it on the perimeter, control the paint on the interior, and now starting to attack on the offensive glass. 12-0 second chance points here in this game. Evan Mobley has his fingerprints all over.
A 6-point halftime lead for the Pacers. He's down to 4.
Good defense, Jared. Open elbow shot.
You heard Tyrese Halliburton and his sound talk about the movement, not just with the pass, but off the bounce and the spacing. That was an example of it on that possession.
Good job. Is he okay?
Well, it takes a hard spill. Kenny Atkinson can't believe that he didn't get a foul. That definitely looks like it's okay. It's Nembhard. Buries a 3.
I don't know. He's still moving, but he is not moving well right now. That was a lot of impact there on the floor.
Here comes Mitchell probing. Well played by Halliburton. Allen the bobble gets it out to Mitchell for the reset. 7 on the timer. Mitchell against Halliburton. Fakes Halliburton.
That's got to be 3 shots.
See if Mitchell's foot was beyond the 3-point line.
Ooh. Fell right on his ass.
Nothing malice about that.
That's definitely a foul, though.
Difficult finishing in the fall. You can see how we talked about it. It doesn't take a lot when the guy's off the ground like that for you to lose.
It's definitely a foul.
Body. To keep an eye on Jared Allen. They are going to need him
How many foul shots?
in this series.
Well, just good to see him get up on his feet. Looks like he's still in some pain. As Donovan Mitchell will indeed have 3 free throws. As Tyrese Halliburton is hit with his first personal. Donovan Mitchell has now reached the postseason. Each of his first 8 years in the league, GA has never gotten past this round of the playoffs. It's the only thing that has dogged him till this point. So brilliant, one of the all-time playoff career scoring averages in NBA playoff history. But can he get this team to the NBA promised land?
Well,
2 foul shots?
the best team he's been a part of. And it's been really no fault of his own in terms of his impact. He has always played at a high level in the postseason as they're trying to determine if there was 3 free throws. That was the second. Or was that the third? That must have been the third.
No, they only let him get off 1.
So it was a 2-point field goal. So Mitchell did not clear the 3-point line. So all kinds of confusion.
The fuck was that about?
Zarba's going to give it to the Pacers. So a 6-point Indiana lead with 8:20 to play before the end of the quarter. Game one of this Eastern Conference semifinal. Halliburton, teardrop.
Can't give him that much space. Might have to take Jared Allen out the game.
In the pick and roll, he's going to the drop coverage. The quick pass back to Halliburton gives him a running area to attack. And Jared Allen goes right back at him there. What to do?
Evan Mobley dropping it down. How about the Twin Towers showing that high-low action? Turner, good movement. Neesmith, corner three, and he connects.
And that play is why they're so difficult.
Still having the same issues you had in the second quarter defensively.
That time, that was Miles Turner that initiated the offense that got into the hockey assist there for the triple.
This is a dangerous part of the game for the Cavs. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. This is dangerous.
Say it all the time. If
This is dangerous.
and 2 feet touch the paint, it's going to put you in rotation. Then it's a matter of making the right read. And the
Yeah, we're going to have to take Allen off the floor.
here tonight.
The history of winning started with the 65 Gators using spread.
Still not making shots. They're still making shots. That's the problem. We're not doing nearly a good enough job defensively. They're getting their shooters open. Their shooters are making the shots at a high rate right now. Hey, Mac, if you don't like what I have to say, you can just jump off the fucking stream, buddy. Yeah, they're making shots. We're not. We're shooting 48. They're shooting 60. Like, it's okay. Some of y'all are overreacting. Got to win 4 to advance to the next round. Got to win 4 to get to the next round. So if they get 1 today, that's not the biggest deal in the world. You're still only down 12. 7 minutes, 17 seconds left. I'm not about to cry, go boo-hoo, go home, right? Like, a lot of basketball to be played right now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not overreacting to the result of this game either way. You got to shoot better than 6 of 25 from 3. You know, that's the big issue. They don't do better than that. They're cooked, right? Like, they're cooked. And yeah, your defense isn't helping anything. I think we've all established that, but they're making a normal amount of threes right now too. Yeah, just get some open looks, start making some shots. The game will get closer. Yeah, your shooting splits are off right now. 48, 24, 66. Even if you don't love how the Cavs defense has been, and look, they got 80 points, 17 left in the third. It's not been great defense. Still got to shoot better than this, right? But that's the difference between the Pacers and Miami. Pacers, even if the Miami Heat, if you leave them open, they're not going to shoot more than like 45% from 3. The Pacers, you leave them open, they could get to 60, right? Now, they'll probably finish the game around 50, 45, but you're giving them open looks, right? So you're enhancing a strength of theirs.
Neesmith drafted by the Celtics. Third year with Indiana.
But if you've watched this Cavs team for more than just a couple of games, you know that a lead like this is not something the Cavs are that's going to shut them out of a game. They can easily come back from this.
A lot of times when you watch a game, The fact that the Pacers get what they want consistently tells you that they are the ones dictating.
Change the possession so we can go back and get it.
The turnover.
But just look at how far Indiana is extending with their defense. Jerome able to get into the paint. He gets away with his step and it's a
Definitely step back. Question about it, but
Yeah, he got away with the travel.
play there on a broken play by Jerome.
McConnell.
There you go.
Creep underneath. Left it short. So we got a 10-point game here in Cleveland. We come up on a midway point of the
Oh, Max, pull it. There we go. There we go. There you go. Let's get a run.
The momentum swing.
It's playoff basketball, baby.
for the sound in Cleveland tonight. Just deafening. Halliburton sizes up Merrill. Lead for one.
That's an open look. That's an open, uncontested look, DeAndre.
It looks like Halliburton tweaked an ankle or something. He's waiting here a little bit.
Walker, second-year player. Lottery pick of Washington a couple of years ago. Reset Hunter. Simmons is going to get Walker from the back. As we are just past the 6-minute mark of the quarter, another look at the stroke by Merrill.
Yeah, just a great job. And Sam Merrill is one thing that the young man can do is shoot the basketball, but he's
Just got to play your game. Got to worry about making your shots here, man.
the liability of the point of attack defensively.
Good job. Just got to play your game, worry about making shots, play some defense. If they make a tough shot, it's not a big deal, right? There's no easy bunnies.
Looks like Halliburton's okay. Walker, Adam Neesmith slashes inside, and he's going to draw contact.
This Pacers team, they do as good a job as
They going to the foul line, or is it side out?
the pass. Catch you in rotation.
Nah, don't use the challenge.
Catch the basketball. The Pacers are either going to have the three or be able to.
Don't use the challenge. That's a foul.
Didn't like it, but
That's a foul. Don't use the challenge.
he did get the ball first, but the come through there, you could see clearly the contact. Might be a little biased with the fans. The touch.
Firm benches to win prizes with the NBA Playoffs Challenge. Members of the U.S. Challenge get the chance of a trip to the NBA draft. Play now at the NBA or NBA.com/IB. Gee, the hardcore NBA fan has been watching this Pacers team all year, but for the casual fan who is watching Indiana maybe for the first time, this has been really impressive so far.
Yeah,
In
and
the first couple of quarters of the series.
I think they're the best team in the league at using their offense to create offense. You know, they don't rely on a guy forcing you to break down your defense. They do it with the pass, with spacing. With
All right, so now they're going to start to press. We knew they were eventually going to go to this.
Ty Jerome bumps by Smith. Well, you're right. 8 seconds.
Just a great job. And that's the one concern. Ty Jerome, terrific player, but
They got a lot of energy right now.
the foot speed. And so if you cannot allow him to get you on his hip, at times he can have a bit of a struggle with pressure and physicality.
How good has Aaron Neesmith been tonight? 5 or 6.
Got to play through it.
4 threes, 16
You're not getting the whistle. You got to play through it.
assists.
Nah.
Mitchell, here come the Cavs.
Good job. Good job.
Off a surgical feint.
Let's get back. Let's get back.
Been a lot of opportunity to get out in transition for the guys. There they were.
There you go.
Broncos getting contact, no whistle. Mitchell. He's going to shoot free throws.
All right. Nice little push.
For opposing defenses.
Hey, Donovan's done a good job adjusting in the third quarter and being more of a facilitator here, more of a playmaker to get the bigs going. Good job on Donovan there.
Highest career playoff scoring average in NBA history, 27.8. Remember last year, he missed the final 2 games of that second round series against the Celtics with that calf injury.
Now, Spiro, rightfully so, Donovan Mitchell's gotten so much credit for the sacrifice he has made taking less shots. But I talked to DeAndre Hunter yesterday, and he focused in on Mitchell's leadership. Hunter told me that he has found that certain instances around the NBA, the rules for stars can be different in regard to how they interact with their teammates. Hunter said that's not the case at all here in Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell makes it a point to be one of the guys, and that really became evident during the first round against Miami. Hunter struggled to find a shot in the first 2 games. It's been a film session, guys, in front of the entire team. Mitchell spoke up, telling Hunter he needs to demand the ball when he has an advantage. Hunter went on to average 20 points over the final 2 games.
We got it.
This has been blown away by Mitchell's leadership, all the intangibles.
Woo! Let's get to the foul line.
Tilt the momentum back in the Cavs' favor. Fourth person missed it.
And it's all because of the defense. This is the worst of offense.
There you go.
And it's because the physicality has picked up from Cleveland.
Let's make some foul shots here.
They're virtually getting out in transition.
Get this with one possession here.
For the Cavs, as we take a look at our FanDuel Live point spread for tonight's game.
There you go.
Look at where it is right now as things continue to tighten here in Cleveland. And just hopped on with us. The Caps have led only briefly tonight. They had a 3-point lead early. They trailed by as many as 12. A team that went 34-7 in this.
Let's get another shot up.
season. Everything they could handle. But right now, starting to show some offensive firepower.
Defense now starting to have more of an impact. And they've got to
All right, can't let go of the pressure like you did last run. Good job. Good job. All right, let's get a bucket here. Don't try to get a 3. I know the vibe's gonna be like, oh yeah, let's get a 3. Don't force the 3. Do not force the 3.
team at home can get an appreciation for just how electric this building is here right now.
Everyone standing better than 19,000.
Okay. Didn't want to force the 3 for that reason. Good rebound.
Another possession.
There it is. Good job. Good job. All right. Somebody got to step up other than Mitchell, though. We're going to need him in the 4th. Can't have him gas out here. Hey, it's playoff basketball, y'all. It's playoff basketball. Good defense, Dean Wade. Nah, it's not it.
Mitchell underneath. Offensive rebound.
Big bucket, Evan. Big bucket, Evan. That's what we talk. That's playoff basketball right there. That's playoff basketball. That's it right there. Big bucket, Evan. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we knew it was going to happen some point in this game. Where's my guy at? Where's Mr. Loudmouth in chat? Mon, whatever the fuck his name was. Mac Mon, where the fuck are you? Come on out. Come on out. Come on out. You want to know what happened? What right there, Mac Mon? Hey, Mac Mon, wonder what happened there? Hey, man, looks like the Cavs started making shots. Looked like the Pacers started missing shots. Mac Mon, where you at, baby? You quiet. You one of those Cavs fans that only talk when they're losing? Are you one of those guys? Uh-huh. Yeah. Fucking asshole. All right. Hey, still got a whole lot of basketball left, though. It's still 3 minutes, 16 seconds in the 3rd, y'all. This little comeback here don't mean shit. You know, if we were Pacer fans, we'd be like, all right, we withstood it. We withstood it. We knew they were going to roll. So, look, they were anticipating this. There's no way. Did the Pacers only have 2 timeouts? That can't be right. The Pacers were anticipating that the Cavs are going to start making some shots, start getting downhill, right?
protection.
One thing I don't love, we've had to use a lot of Donovan Mitchell here, right? That's a lot of minutes for Donovan in this third. You're going to need this guy in the fourth, right? You can't have him gas. We don't have Darius.
It has just opened up the area.
So,
Been set up by the defense.
you know,
They have really
still got to play better. Still got to keep up with the defense. Good ball tonight for Tyrese.
That first lead since the opening quarter. As we are inside of 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Nembhard, a couple of things.
Good defense.
Mitchell on the push. To the right.
And one.
Returns for two.
All right, get into the room.
With just one basket in nearly 5 minutes.
There you go.
the difference with this Cavs team. Donovan's going to get to the free throw line again, but it's their defense. That last possession was incredible defensively there. You see Donovan taking the hit.
Hey, is that a goaltend? Is that a goaltend?
Get to the free throw line
Did he get his hand on the rim there?
to set their defense.
Or are you saying it wasn't a live shot?
It was the number 2 defensive rating.
We got him in a bonus now. We got him in a bonus. 2 minutes left. 3 minutes left.
Evan Mobley.
Let's make one of these.
The multiple ways that Kenny Atkinson can deploy this defense.
And it starts really with Evan Mobley's versatility defensively. He's one of those 7-footers that can defend the entire court. Such a luxury.
right.
Most impressive when I watch him
Whole lot of basketball left, y'all.
to make multiple efforts. It's easy to make one effort on a possession, but oftentimes it takes 3 more for you to finish that possession. He's one of the
So we
guys-
went with extra length here.
So the offensive drive for the Pacers. Nembhard steps back. Touchdown against Mobley. And Indiana is still searching.
Yeah, they're getting cold.
Mitchell trying to take the game over. The
Wow, Mitchell.
Chiefs breathtaking. Donovan Mitchell starting his sizzle. He's got 25.
They're going to try to get a drive on Ty, right? Oh, he passed out of it. That's a big shot.
That was they right now
Big shot by Maffrin. That was guarded.
defensively, and really no impact defensively. They have not done a good job of containing the paint here.
Halliburton got a piece of
Ty, get rid of the ball. It's not your day. Dean Wade. All right. Hey, stay focused. Stay focused.
This has been the rest of this series is like this one for a treat. Holy smokes.
I felt like this could be a really competitive series. Styles really do make fights, and this one is a perfect finish.
Nice bucket by Tyrese. All right, they're making a little bit of a run back. They got off their cold streak.
Big shot.
Calms the crowd down a little bit, but the question is, can they do a better job defensively of keeping Mitchell out of the paint?
Mitchell
That's in.
tees up.
Oh, in and out.
Hasn't got his way in the corner.
Yeah, we look a little tired offensively.
Seconds in the third. We got a 1-point game here in Cleveland. Look at Mitchell extending his defense against Halliburton. This is Nembhard. Into the corner. Open look at the
We're good.
no good. First shot of the night for Thomas Bryant. As he gets his first run of the series. Mitchell.
Great bucket. Great bucket.
Kenny Atkinson and the coaching staff and said, my fault. Knowing the three's not working, but his ability to get to the rim is, that has been a difference here in the third quarter.
About a 3.5-second difference. Shots at game clock. Mitchell reaches in. The Cavs
We got something to give. We got one to give.
11.1 seconds. Donovan Mitchell, 12 of his 27 in the quarter.
You'd have been happy with how this quarter started if you would have just got it to 5. I mean, you'd be thrilled with the lead. Yeah, Donovan's going to sit until like 6 minutes in the fourth. So we got to get offense outside of Donovan Mitchell. We got to.
Now that they come back with Turner,
Again,
he just attacked.
this is where you would love Darius being available for you.
Shot clock turned off. Boy, Halliburton almost got caught. Cleveland is out of fouls. Strus to strip, 3 seconds. Siakam
Rotate.
into the corner. Turner. Buries it.
All right. All right.
We are seeing
Big picture here. Big picture. You were down 12. You've cut that deficit to 2. You took the lead in this quarter. You reset the game here going into the 4th. Got to get some production. Somebody's got to get their own shot outside of Donovan. Yeah, Donovan's tired. We used a lot of Donovan in that 3rd quarter. I'm a little concerned about that too. To be fair though, they used Tyrese, Nemhard, and Pascal just as much as we use Donovan. So if Donovan's gas, those guys are gas too. That wasn't pathetic defense. That wasn't pathetic defense at all. He just got a shot, did a good pump fake, caught one of our guys in the air, got the shot. It's not pathetic defense. Like, the Pacers are good at offense. Yeah. Yeah. Right now, like, both of these teams have to sit some of their starters coming into this 4th. Right. The Pacers have played Pascal 27, Nemhard's at what? 29 minutes, Tyrese at 27. Cavs have Donovan at 26. But here's the big thing, though. Donovan's taking 24 shots. 24. 10 of them are threes, but he's taking 24 shots. It's a lot of shots from Donovan. It's a lot of shots from Donovan. So that does have me concerned. A lot of shots from Donovan right now. Yeah, they're shooting 55% from 3. 15 to 27 right now. We're 7 to 29. We need some of what the Cavs really need right now. They need Max Strus, Sam Merrill, Ty Jerome, DeAndre Hunter to start making some threes. Really need those 4 to start making some threes. Yeah. We need some of our role players to step up here at the top of the 4th, make some threes. If we get that, we're in a really good spot. We get some 3-point shooting here from some of our bench guys coming off the top of this 4th, continue to play good defense, keep this thing within reach. We're in a good spot because that gives Donovan like 6-7 minutes to rest. And then I'm not worried about him being gassed. Maybe more Evan Mobley touches here. Because 24 shots up for Donovan is fucking crazy right now. Like, it's nuts. That's more than Pascal and Tyrese combined right now. Like, it's too many shots. We've been over-relying on Donovan here.
Well, Coach, if your description at halftime to me was that you were stuck in the mud, how would you describe what Donovan Mitchell did for your team in this crowd that 3rd quarter?
Oh, man, we turned up our energy. It's nice having a great crowd like this, but Donovan really turned it up on both ends. I thought our defense was much better. Our communication was great. And then we got some easy ones in transition late Donovan.
I know you guys like to play well, but without Garland, is this pace sustainable?
Yeah, I mean, we had plenty of guys. We got a deep team. We're going to keep playing our bench. They've been great. But what a great game, Jared. This is fun. This is why you do this. This is awesome. Great atmosphere.
We're enjoying it. Good luck in the 4th. Thank you, guys.
Jared, 3rd straight DNP for Darius Garland with that left foot injury.
That's just a tough shot. Great defense. Tough shot. Thomas Bryant is not supposed to make that shot. Good take. Good take, Ty. Got to buy Donovan some time.
One of the elements of having a motive. It allows you defensively to take away airspace. You start being weight on that mid-post there by Siakam. Understanding he's got help behind him because of Mobley, and it makes the perimeter defenders even more confident.
Oh, go right at Thomas.
Indiana has led by as many as 12. They were up 6 at halftime. Low extends and Bryant gets him at the rim. What a recovery. Offensive rebound. Here comes Wade. This is the cup.
Okay, play defense. Play defense. Play defense. We're fine.
Not a good lead by Wade. I love the attack, but he had a corner 3-point shot open that he missed.
That's a tough fucking shot. Yeah, it is making shots right now, man. I can't even be mad at the defense there.
Defense on the back end not set.
That looks good.
Yeah.
Ty Jerome misfires, looking for some early offense. So a 4-point Indiana lead.
So Pascal's giving them some buckets right now.
Here with Tyrese Halliburton on the bench. Remember, Aaron Neesmith picked up his 4th personal midway through that 3rd quarter.
This is a reach.
How well G.A. Neesmith has been tonight.
Yeah, Dean's been solid defensively.
Didn't want to commit.
Really solid defensively.
And Siakam, being the savvy veteran that he is, read that and went right shoulder. But
I imagine that's in for Dean Wade, right?
So DeAndre Hunter
Jarrett.
on the floor. After Siakam.
No, that was in for Dean.
Contact. Benedict Mathurin. A reserve player he's become for Rick Carlisle. 4 to shoot. Siakam, couple of jab steps, fires. Unable to hit the 3 over Mobley. Early stages, 4th quarter, game 1 of this Eastern semi. Cleveland, the number 1 team in the East, won 64 games this season. Hunter left it well short.
Oh, good job, good job, Max. Great play by Max Strus there.
Cleveland.
possession there, Brian just fell asleep. And there's a lot of that is oftentimes when you just haven't been in the heat of the action, you assume you can make a play, not understanding the intensity and sense of urgency in the postseason.
All right, let's make it count. Open three. Bang, bang. There we go.
Evan Mobley starts hitting threes with regularity. This Cleveland team nearly unbeatable. He's added that arsenal.
Yeah, and it's not just that.
Come on, Isaac.
He's aggressive container. That's the difference this season.
Get the rebound.
Offensive rebound, they're going to reset. Mathurin turns the corner, taking flight.
Great defense. Great defense. Boy, that was a hell of a take by Mathurin. Oh, shit. Is he okay?
Takes a shot there.
Now DeAndre Hunter is hurt. He's become one of the indispensable pieces here after they got him in the midseason trade this year at the deadline. Boy, he got a whack right on that left shoulder from Mathurin.
Yeah, that's just a good hard playoff foul. But here, that's a set play for him. Inverted screen there.
Yeah, great. That was a massive play by Max Strus.
So DeAndre Hunter, 27 games with Cleveland after that trade in early February, 14 points, shot it at 42% from deep. 17% tonight.
All right, so they just brought Miles Turner off the bench.
Well, the evolution of the team, GA, trying to take that next step in the postseason. Remember last year, they won 47 games, that surprise run to the Eastern Conference Finals, where really no one expected it.
It's so true, but they validated it, right? I mean, the slow start early, but since the first of the year, the four best records in the league. And
All right, so they went back to their starting lineup.
they got their franchise player. It's number 0.
Turner lead pass.
The defense. Oh, my God, that's a 2 tie.
Goes a long 2, and it's one of the 3-point line. Now the break next pace picks up again.
Yeah, Ty hasn't been giving us great minutes today. This hasn't been a Ty Jerome masterclass at all. Not a bad Ty Jerome game, not a great one, yo.
Especially when you haven't been rolling from the perimeter here tonight. Double-double for Halliburton, 15 and 10 dimes. Mobley on the box, elevates.
But it has been an Evan Mobley beauty.
Not making a season ago. He's gotten strong.
Evan Mobley came up limping a little bit there.
He has his ability on display. Halliburton on a reset. Neesmith and Nimhard waiting to check in at the table. Turner picks it up. Here comes Hunter on the wing.
Damn.
Goodness. No foul.
No foul?
Incredible contest up top by Mathurin. It looked like he had all ball, and then the momentum of the block is what causes the foul. Was there enough contact down low? It was clean up top. I know Kenny Atkinson is going to challenge.
There's a hand right there.
So then we'll take a closer look, and everyone's going to catch their breath.
Yeah, there's an inside hand there by Mathurin.
You're watching the NBA playoffs on TNT.
Yeah, you want to give DeAndre a breather there, too, after getting two pretty hard smacks to the ground. Hopefully he's okay. No, it doesn't matter that it was the all ball. They're challenging whether there was contact to the body, illegal contact to the body. You're only allowed to go up in that area. So if there's contact to the chest, you're not allowed to do that. He got all ball for sure. Like, that's not the part that they're challenging, though. He got the other hand to the chest. Now, we'll see if they go back and call it. Some refs will call it in that situation. Some refs will say, it's incidental. It didn't really affect the shot, so we're not going to go back and call it. So it's not a guarantee, but that's what their argument is that he had a hand on the chest. DeAndre went the other way. That's what caused him to go the other way. That means there has to be a foul there. Ray Rag says there was two fouls there, one on his arm and one on the shot. Jeez, man. Yep. Yeah, definitely the one on his chest. That is technically a foul. We'll see if they enforce it. It's not one of those fouls they're 100% going to enforce, though. Someone making fun of me for responding to super chats. The fuck you want me to do? Ignore people who donate to the show? Like, what's wrong with you? I respond to regular chat too. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I got to look at it again to see if the hand to the chest beat the ball being touched. I think that's also going to be a key part of this. Not a guarantee. Not a guarantee. I think they want to give it 2 more minutes until they put Donovan in. I think they want to be sub 6 before they put Donovan in. He has 24 shots right now up. You put Donovan in now, you might ask him to put up 34 shots. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, they hard fouled him. Look, we said that's what the Pacers are going to do. They're going to hard foul. They're going to be really physical with you. They're going to try to get under your skin. This is it. The playoffs begin this series for sure. Like, Miami was just not talented enough to press you in any meaningful way. They couldn't make Darius Garland being out matter. Now we're seeing how much Darius Garland means to this team against a better opponent.
Cleveland unsuccessful.
Yeah.
The officials deem this a clean block. Minimal contact down low.
Again, they're not guaranteed to call that. The hand definitely beat the ball, being there on the ball, but they just call it incidental. Like, it's 50-50 whether they're going to call that shit or not, you know?
on the ball being out of bounds. But with the new rules, it allows you to then look at the totality of the play. So that conceivably could have been a flagrant foul, although it works out being, I think, the correct call. Clean block.
In from the corner. Massive shot for Indiana.
This has been
All right, Donovan.
basketball game.
Donovan Mitchell sprinkling some of his stardust on the NBA playoffs.
Good defense.
Force the issue. Catch and push with Strus.
That's good. That's really good there by Strus. Really good job pushing the ball. All right, y'all. This is playoff basketball. I said it. Playoffs going to start today. It's going to be back and forth, back and forth. We've been watching this. The Cavs haven't been a part of this. This is playoff basketball.
His ability to get to the rim.
Hey, they're not going to call shit here. You cannot anticipate that they call anything that's not egregious right now.
Free throw shooter.
Got to make those foul shots.
That will not count as a chance. That's a bang play. Don't miss a playoff moment with the NBA. Got the latest scores, highlights, and behind the scenes access.
They're not going to call shit.
Download the NBA app today.
Can't rely on the whistle. Can't rely on the whistle.
Take responsibility.
There's a ton of time left here. You can see defensively, the Pacers seeing the Cavs play with a lot more force on the side of the ball.
But look at Strus team.
Yeah, just again, understanding the personnel. Thompson is a straight line driver. If you can get him to a point where you got a chance to contest, and there's going to be a little more physicality allowed this time of season.
Good screen. Doesn't matter.
Open floor, full extension, missed it.
Max was expecting a foul there.
Incredible second effort there.
Got to get out of it. You're not getting foul calls.
Come up with that block.
The conditioning level of these two teams just off the charts. Halliburton doing his dance. Crosses over, steps back.
All right, that's good defense. That's good defense by Jared.
Jared Allen could do in that situation. I thought he guarded it about as well as he could.
Oh, God, Isaac, please. All right, yeah, get Evan back in the fucking game.
Underneath.
He's just looking for a little bit of space, understanding a lot of 7-footers changing directions is difficult. Allen, as good as he could be, Halliburton just
So Toppin fouled on a catch attempt. Okoro or Strus sit for Cleveland. Halliburton, the hard fake is 2 of 5 from deep, 18 points.
Somebody's got to start making shots, though.
For the Pacers. Sizes up.
They want that Jared Allen.
Five to shoot. Tough step back.
Dude, they're just making some crazy shots right now. That's good defense.
Carlisle wait before he comes back with Halliburton. That shot there buys him another possession.
Ty Jerome trying to fend off Halliburton into the paint. Off balance, flip with the rim, missed it. And Turner.
We're missing Darius bad, man.
Every time Cleveland has made their push, the Pacers have answered. Halliburton knifes inside. Toppin finds the laces. Back rim, no. Offensive rebound, Lee Smith.
Wow, that's a big mistake by Indy.
He knew he was there.
All right, you got to steal this one from Indy. You got to steal this one from Indy today.
Great effort there by the Pacers on that second chance opportunity. Not a strength of theirs, but they have been battling here against the favorite home team.
5-point game as we cross the 5-minute mark left in regulation. Here comes Mitchell. Oh, to the right.
Play defense.
They have not had an answer for his ability to get to the rim.
And Donovan Mitchell puts his name in the
I kind of want Max Strus in the game instead of Ty right now.
30 plus. Andrew
That was an open look there.
This feels like a bare knuckle street fight.
And they, from a shot quality standpoint, have consistently gotten great looks in the half court.
We're not getting good shots right now.
Great look there. Still a lot of time if you're Cleveland. It's a two-possession game.
This game's gonna get it's gonna get to 2 minutes faster than you think.
Just remember the end of that clincher against the Bucks for
Need to stop.
down 7 points with 40 seconds left. The mental toughness of
All right, we need a bucket here. We need a bucket here. All right, they're putting Strus back in.
huge discrepancy for the Pacers. Ty Jerome, the leader. Set up for the Cavs.
How about the trust Kenny Atkinson and crew have in Ty Jerome? And he rewards them there. A beautiful attack for the Dukes.
17 points, 8 assists for Ty Jerome in the NBA postseason for the first time in his career. Top in on the catch and great position. The next Turner on a stick back.
How
About timeout. Let's get Max in the game.
We talked about it. This Pacers team not known for their
Ugh.
offensive rebound, but they have been doing that. That's their first second chance points of the game. And
All right, game of runs. Game of runs. You just had they just had their run. You had your run before that. Let's get another run going here. If you can take this right now, look, Indy's been playing better. They've been making more shots. They've had some of more of their role players step up. You know, you could take this run from Indy and basically erase what's going to be one of their best punches of the series. That flips everything for you, right? That makes this series a lot easier to win here. Especially if you could take that punch without having to play Darius Garland. But it's going to put a lot of pressure on game 2. You can't get this one. 6 points down. It's not even close to an insurmountable lead. We've seen the Cavs come back and put 12 points up in like 2 minutes. Well, less than 2 minutes. And it's in this game specifically, even when they're not shooting well. We're going to need somebody other than Donovan Mitchell to step up and make some shots, though. Right? Whether that be Max Strus, whether that be DeAndre Hunter, somebody other than Donovan is going to have to step up and make some shots here. Like, there's just no way around it. Donovan has done everything he can to keep this game within reach. Evan has done a good job keeping this game within reach. We really need somebody to step up, make some of these looks that are being generated from 3. Yeah, Darius said he thinks he's back for game 2. And Darius being out is a part of this. It's not the whole part, right? A big chunk of this is the Cavs are shooting awful right now. Awful today. They're like 29% or maybe 24% still from 3. They've had a horrific 3-point shooting game today. That's really the big part of this. Cavs make their shots. I think they're winning this game by like 7. But they're not making their shots, right? Which is making some of the holes you're getting on defense matter more, right? But this comes down to the Cavs got to make their shots, right? Got to make their shots. Like, if Darius is in there, he's making more shots, then, you know, it doesn't matter if they get an open 3 here or there. But right now it's really mattering because we can't capitalize on the open looks that we're getting. I wouldn't say the Cavs are getting outplayed tonight. They've been going to the hoop more than Indy. Like, I don't think they've been outplayed. I think, you know, Indy's having a terrific shot-making night. They've made some tough shots down the stretch. Every shot that they've made from, like, the third quarter on has been a tough shot. Like, the Cavs defense has been pretty tough on them for the last, like, 13, 14 minutes of basketball. But they've made some crazy shots.
championship. The ABA, baby. You have to go back a few years. Not
So we took Hunter off the floor.
This team is trending in the right direction.
the first possession. This is for the Cavs. Down 6. Ty Jerome, Adam Mitchell on the reset. 7 to shoot. The matchup here. Mitchell against Halliburton. Doing his dance. 1 to shoot. Will miss it. Well played by Halliburton.
Oh, God.
Siakam.
They do not
We got to start making some threes now.
looking to put pressure
We got to make some threes now.
entire game. Make for Mitchell.
13 to 5 1.
Horrific.
Team trips for Cleveland. Boy, Halliburton starting to pick them apart at the official say. Offensive foul against Turner.
Clear. Rick Carlisle,
Got to make some threes.
look at that.
That's a
I
good.
think that's a good call there. No, they're going to still challenge it. That's one of those ones. Listen,
We got to get some threes. Yeah, we got to get some threes now. 3 bad possessions. I mean, we're gassed right now. That's the problem, right? In order to keep this game close, we've had to basically run Donovan Mitchell full blow, right? Like he has 25 shots. How many shots does he have right now? Donovan has shot the ball 28 times. He's gassed, man. Like he's gassed. Only way he's been able to get points has been driving to the hoop too. So like, what? 12 of those makes, what? 11 of them are dribble drives. Like it's been a lot of dribble drives for Donovan. He's tired out. Like somebody else has to step up and make some shots. And what? We're 2 of 6 with Max Strus. Sam Merrill's not 2 of 5. Yeah, he's 2 of 5 from 3, which isn't terrible, but he's really missed some open shots here. Evan's 2 of 5, which is fine for Evan. And we've gotten nothing from our bench 3-point wise. Our bench has made 1 3-point shot this entire game. You know, when you can only get to the ball, get to the cup, this is going to be a problem that's created for you. Meanwhile, the Pacers are shooting 54% from 3. You're shooting 24. That's the difference.
Which was an offensive foul against Turner. You agree with this challenge. They're still looking at it.
I like the challenge. I think they win it, but I understand the mindset of why you do it because you're going for a home run here.
But think of it like this. We're all
Put down prior to the upper motion of Turner. They're going offensive foul stands. It's a
Yeah. Think about it like this too, right? This was the game the Pacers were going to be able to get in Cleveland if Darius didn't play, no matter what game it was in the series. Game 1, 2, 3. Like the game without Darius was going to be seen as their opportunity. They seized their opportunity so far. They've made a lot of shots. The Cavs can come down here, last 2 minutes, get hot from 3. That would be massive.
And I believe who they are.
But they gotta get some threes going here, man.
They stay in attack mode, understanding that's their strength. That time it doesn't pay off. But that sets a tone and it also seeps into the mind of the Cavs.
Again, game 7 coming up.
Sock is on the court.
Stand by Gundy. Lauren Jabbar will have the call. What a scene that is going to be in Houston as Zach Zarba blowing the whistle here. We have that elbow wrap of Mitchell on the floor, so player safety. Got a side out of bounds here for Cleveland. They're going to put 14 on the shot clock.
We know that Donovan has lived in the paint. That last possession,
Let's run something for Max.
of not giving him an angle to get to the rim, and they're going to get
Time out.
here. That was close to a 5-second violation.
Indiana has already forced 1 8-second violation. Kenny Atkinson.
Hey, it's tough to win a game when you allow 54% shooting from 3 and you're not shooting 50 back. You know, it's hard to win the game like that. I wouldn't characterize all the Pacers shots as lucky, right? Like they've gotten some open looks. I would say the Cavs have turned what would have been a hot 50 to 48% night, a 48 to 50% night, they have, with bad defense, elevated that to a 54% night, especially in the first half. Because a lot of these are open looks. Now, some of this shit is ridiculous, right? Andrew Nemhart, 5 of 6 from 3. It's crazy, right? Aaron Neesmith, 4 of 6 from 3. They are just making all of their three-point shots right now. Cavs, on the other hand, 8 of 33 from 3. Like that, if you're wondering what's the difference here, is the Cavs are down 8. It's three-point shot making, man. They've made some tough threes. They've made open threes. We haven't made tough threes or open threes. It's really that simple. I wouldn't say the Cavs look one-dimensional. Y'all doing too fucking much now.
We haven't talked a lot about it, but Darius Garland's presence is absolutely felt here. It gives them another guy who brings speed to the table. And they lack that against this Pacers physical point of attack defense.
All the interchangeable pieces that Rick Carlisle has. Struz elevates.
No foul? Guess it got blocked.
Doing it with defense.
He has made
They're outplaying us at the end of the fourth here.
defensive plays here tonight.
We hit the 2-minute mark left. And the restlessness grows here in Cleveland. Halliburton around Allen, and he scoops it. Tyrese Halliburton.
That's tough. I mean, we got to have some bullshit happen now. Yeah, we ain't getting it. We ain't getting it right now. We ain't getting it. We ain't getting it.
Allen off his feet just enough to allow him to step under for that finish. What an impressive all-around performance by Tyrese.
Do I think this is a result of too long of a rest? No, I don't think it's about rest. They just had a cold shooting night. Cold shooting night combined with a hot shooting night from the Pacers. Because the Pacers rested just as long as we did.
Defensive play pulls up.
Yeah, we ain't got it.
And then a loose ball foul.
We ain't got it right now. We need some bullshit to happen to be able to win right now. We ain't got it. It's not only Darius Garland. Darius Garland is a part of this, right? Like, obviously, Darius Garland is a part of this. But it's not only Darius, right? Maybe the Pacers are able to pull away even if Darius is out there. So it's not only Darius. I think a part of this is just also, look, we're shooting 21% from 3 right now, man. Like, it's hard to win a basketball game in the modern NBA when you're shooting 21% from 3. Especially when you're a team that puts up 30, 40 shots from 3, you know? Like, that's a good chunk of your possessions in a game. It's like half your possessions going to shots that you're not making at a good enough clip to justify it. And then on top of that, the Pacers are lighting you up from 3. That's the tough part of this. Yeah, the Pacers got one, but it takes 4 to get through, right? We'll see how the Cavs look the next game. They're going to get better shooting from 3. Like, that's the thing. I'm not really too concerned overall for the whole series because we're going to get better nights from 3 for sure, right? We're going to get better than 23% shooting from 3. We're going to have Darius Garland back, you know, but they got the one, you know. Let's see how the Cavs respond to it, but they got the one for sure. Yeah, the difference is the Pacers are making threes. The Cavs aren't. I don't see the Pacers shooting like this again, especially if DG is playing. They need to not switch everything and leave the corner open. Yeah, they could stand to be a little bit more attentive defensively for sure. You know, I just don't think they anticipated that the Pacers was going to shoot 52% from three. Hey, look, they got game one though, for sure. They came out, played a hell of a game. Got a triple-double from Miles Turner. Halliburton and Nembhard, 22, 23 apiece. Halliburton with a nice 22 and 13 double-double. They came out ready to play, and they played one of their best games of all the playoffs right now. They're a hot team right now, you know. They shot well, 53% from both the floor and three. Got to give them their credit. Another thing, they've made all their free throws. 100% from the foul line. Cavs, on the other hand, not their best shooting night. Threes didn't drop. You know, it's a rough night. It's a rough night. Really had to lean on Donovan Mitchell. I say this all the time. If you're playing the Cavs, you want Donovan to have to score 30. You don't want to see Donovan be chilling in the fourth quarter with like 18, not even trying to get his own shot. That means you're getting your ass beat, right? I mean, Halliburton wasn't that successful hunting Allen. He's 9 of 15. Like, I don't think Hallie really was the one that killed you in this game, to be honest, right? Like, Halliburton getting 22 off 9 of 15 shooting, that's fine. You'll live with that. Nembhard getting 23 off 7 of 10 shooting, 5 of 6 from 3, you can't live with that. That's not a livable result, right? Yeah, like Pascal, 6 of 15. So they're probably going to get a better Tyrese game and a better Pascal game, but they're not going to get some of these like outlier performances that they got for some of these guys coming off the bench. And we just didn't hit our shots.
From three. Our Smith will shoot free throws. People forget.
Yeah, we didn't hit our shots. We had to go to drives, dribble drives, a lot of dribble drives, and Indiana kept fucking making shots. Like, we went to dribble drives. We brought it in as close as possible. Indiana still kept making shots. And then it didn't help that Darius didn't play because Donovan had to take 30 shots today, right? Like, that's the big thing to me. Donovan had to take 30. Ty Jerome had to take 20 shots in this game. That's right there. I mean, like, you want to look at the outlier stuff here to show you what happened in this game. I think it's pretty obvious. Let's go get game 2. And if you get game 3, you get home court back. It's really not that big of a deal. Ray Rag says they shoot 53% and you shoot 24 and you're still in the game. I think you were to lose. The fact that they played their best game of the playoffs and still couldn't blow you out playing this well should say something, in my opinion. I don't know really what it says because they could have got a better Pascal game and they definitely could have got a better Tyrese game, right? They got a lot of good games from the role players today. A lot of good games from the role players. So, you know, I'm not going to be definitive on anything that really happened here, but they played a great game. Like, they played the game they needed to win game 1. The Cavs played the game that they did not want to play that put them in jeopardy of losing game 1. But nobody was really like what I think most people were predicting was like 5 games. They got one of them, right? We'll see how the Cavs respond for sure. Game 2 is do or die? Okay. We'll see. We'll see, buddy. We'll see. Pacers played well, though. I don't know. I think Mac likes to be dramatic in chat. Like, I don't know where he usually sits, but that dude likes to be dramatic. Yeah, they got a great night from the role players. Well, you can, and I think somebody said in chat, well, role players play good at home. That's not always the case. I mean, look at the Heat series, right? Cavs didn't get a great performance from their role players in the first 2 games of that series. Game 3 on the road in Miami, Max Strus dropped 17. You know, you get a great game from a bunch of your role players there. So we'll see. This was one of the games where the Pacers got what they wanted from their role players. Cavs ran out of gas. They asked for a lot of shots here. I think the one thing with Kenny that I would have liked to see is more Evan Mobley down the stretch, with Donovan having 30 shots and Ty having 20. You know, there's no reason Evan should only have 13 shots up. Yeah. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Have some faith in this team. Every time this team loses, there are like a few select people that like get excited that the Cavs aren't as good as some people think in their mind because they dropped the game. But we'll see how the rest of the series plays out. We'll see how the rest of the series plays out. Yeah, we'll see how the rest of the series plays out. All right. We got anything else? Probably not. All right. We'll be back for game 2. Was that Tuesday? Game 2 will be Tuesday. I'll be back live here on Tuesday. Cavs, see if they can get a win there. I expect them to play much better, get something out their role players. Game 7 for Golden State. Houston's on 2 right after this, so that should be fun. It was the first time they at least make 10 threes. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Definitely not the result Cavs fans wanted today, right? We wanted to go up 1-0, feel great about it. Didn't get that. Now you got to steal one from Indiana. You know, you got to go to Indiana, take one away from them. They've been a very good home team, right? A so-so away team during the regular season, 20-20, but really, really solid home team. 30-12 at home. So you got to go get one from them like they got one from you. Swing home court back in your favor and make game 5 being in Cleveland matter. So that's what went down. Indiana played well, made their shots. You didn't play as well. 1 of 11 from Donovan, 2 of 5 from Evan, 2 of 8 from Max, 2 of 5 from Sam, 0-1. What'd you get from your bench? You went 2 of 9 on your bench. So not great numbers there. And that led to a really off night for you. See how you respond. See how the Cavs play. Come out, get game 5. We'll see game 1, game 2. We'll see what happens here.